Let's take a look at the background of Diaoyu Islands and the dispute between China and Japan on these group of islands. Diaoyu Islands and its surrounding islets are an integral part of Chinese territory. But China's stance on these islands has always been consistent and explicit. Now let's take a look at the history of the area and its inherent connection with China. The Diaoyu Island and surrounding islets were first discovered, named and used by the Chinese since the Ming and Qing dynasties, and the islands have been within China's maritime defense spheres. And since then, the sovereignty over the islands has experienced three stages. The first was from 1895 to 1945, and when Japan made a claim on the islands during the Sino-Japanese War of 1895, seizing the land by illegal means. And after World War II, two important legal documents were issued known as the Cairo Declaration in 1943 and Potsdam Declaration in 1945. And both stipulated that all territory taken by Japan illegally, including northeast China, Taiwan and Penghu Islands, must be returned to China. And in 1945, Japan announced its unconditional surrender under the terms of the Potsdam Declaration. It laid out that Japan must return Taiwan, the Diaoyu Islands and the surrounding islands to China. And the second stage is from 1945 to 1971. Japan was occupied by the U.S. after it was defeated in the Second World War. And in 1951, Japan and the U.S. illegally signed a treaty in San Francisco without the presence of China. And one article wrongly assigned the Diaoyu Islands to Japan. And the third stage is from 1971 until the present. And in June 1971, Japan and the U.S. signed a pact to hand over Okinawa to Japan, and the Diaoyu Islands were mapped into the handover area. The pact was signed without presence of China. China's Foreign Ministry announced in 1971 that such a move was totally illegal and invalid, and reiterated that the Diaoyu Islands and the surrounding islets were an integral part of the Chinese territory.